Here we go. So, monomial, one term. You told me 1. What was another one?
2.
Not a number.
1 over
5x squared.
5x squared. Okay.
2x squared.
2x. How about just y? Could that be a monomial?
What about x?
X. Anything that's what? Okay. Binomial. 2 terms. Give me an example.
5 plus 2.
No. Okay.
1
If I
over
did
x over
5 plus 2, what does that equal?
7.
7.
That's monomial.
That's monomial.
7 plus x.
7 plus x would work. I'm going to put x plus 7 though, just because it looks better.
3x plus 2.
3x plus 2 would work.
No, because I can't.
How about 5x to the 4th plus x?
That is
No.
a
Yeah.
trinomial.
Yeah.
It's a binomial.
That's a binomial. There's 2 terms, and I can't put them together.
I'm
Okay,
confused.
trinomial. How many terms?
3.
3. Give me one.
3x plus 2 plus y.
Okay, yes, that's right.
Let's go.
Oh,
3 terms. Can't combine them. All
So what's a
well, that's actually 4, but we only got to try. Everything else we call a poly.
Yeah,
All right. Now I want to do 3 terms in 1 variable.
3
So
terms.
watch. I'm going to do negative 7
Yep.
x squared
Mhm.
plus 2x plus 5. Can I put any of them together?
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
Well, you
Well, you
can
can
have
put
to
the
go
seven
negative
in
7
to
times
put-
You
negative
can't.
Nope, because that's a squared and that's not.
Yeah.
Have to have the same exponent. So that's a trinomial, 3 terms. Okay, everybody good?
No, I'm so confused.
On.
How are you going to
Wait, if you add
y, if it was negative 7x squared plus 2x plus 5y, would that be a polynomial?
Yeah, but they're called poly's.
Oh, okay.
All right. So when you're doing this, you didn't say what, Keegan?
I said everything.
You don't get to say everything. You just tell me.
Monomial, binomial, trinomial.
We just said, what's monomial?
It has 1 term.
Binomial.
What the total- what are-
They're separated by addition and subtraction.
Well,
So here, x is a term, 7's a term. 3x is a term, 2 is a
oh,
term.
just kidding. I get that.
Yeah. Okay, degree of a monomial is how many variables there are. All right, so it's not, and it's how many you actually have. So when I go here, if I gave you 3x squared y cubed.
Yep.
Okay, how many x's are there?
well, 1.
No.
2.
X squared, there's 2. How many y's?
3.
3. So the degree of that term is 5.
5.
Okay? So when I ask you for the degree, you add all the exponents. What if I ask you for the degree of 4x cubed? 3. What about 7?
Yeah.
No, because there's no variables. All right? So the degree is how many variables?
Oh.
All right? The degree of the polynomial, that's just the highest one. So if I put a plus sign between all these guys, and this guy was 5, this guy was 3, and this guy was 0, the degree of the poly is 5. It's just the highest one. Okay? So that's pretty easy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now, we have to learn how to factor coming up here. Okay, in order to factor, your stuff has to be written in descending order. I'm only going to require it when it has 1 variable. If it's 2, 3, or 4 variables, different types of variables like x, y's, and z's, don't care. But when there's 1, you have to write it right, or correct. What's descending mean? High to low or low to high?
Low to high.
High to low. Descending, we're going down. So, if I gave you 7x plus 3x cubed minus 4x squared. Everybody there? Okay, what's the degree of 7x?
1.
1. What's the degree of 3x cubed? 3. Degree of negative 4x squared? 2. Everybody good so far? Christian, what's wrong?
It's because
Okay.
the other top
I
one doesn't
said
have an X.
one on the top, and then I
It's
said.
because it doesn't have an X.
It's because
And
that
that
one
one
didn't have a
does.
variable.
Variables only. Okay, what's the highest? 1, 3, or 2? 3. So to write him in descending order, this guy has to go first. 3x cubed. Who's second?
Negative 4x squared.
Very good, and don't forget the negatives. That negative goes with that guy. Negative 4x squared, who's next?
7x.
That's descending order. You go by exponents only. Do we care about the coefficients?
No.
Nope. Irrelevant. All right, the leading coefficient is kind of tricky. It's the leading term and whatever its coefficient is. So since he's got the highest degree, he's my leading term. What's his coefficient? 3. The number in front of the x, bud. All right, the reason you have to learn what that is later on when we graph these, that tells you if it goes up or down. So if you don't know where it is, and you don't know if it's positive or negative, later on you're not going to be able to graph the thing. So here you're just learning where to look. That's why you have to do that. How are we doing so far?
Not very good.
You're going to graph up to x squareds.
This is like this messed up.
I'm already lost.
Okay, here we go.
Where?
I have 3 examples. Square root of x plus y minus 2. Is it a polynomial? No, why?
Because it's so cut on my
Three
side.
seven.
There's only 3.
No,
There's only 3 steps.
no, that's not why. That could be a trinomial.
Square root.
The square root, because it tells you, right? The reason is all polynomials exponents have to be positive and whole numbers. So if I have the square root of x, how do you rewrite that as an exponent? That's x to what power? What does square root mean?
Negative
So 4.
second.
No, not negative. That means x to the,
What two numbers by?
how do I get rid of a square root?
You divide it by
two numbers
itself.
by each other.
Square it.
You square it. So when I square something, that means I'm turning it to 1. So 2 times what equals 1? 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times what equals 1?
2 times 0.5.
There you go, 1/2. So this is the 1/2 power. Plus y minus 2. Is that a whole number there?
No.
No, so it's not a polynomial. Alright? Doesn't count. Okay, the next one you know, because my exponents have to be positive. So the next one is no because of the negative 2. And what does this mean? How do you rewrite that?
Wait.
How do you rewrite this? How do you rewrite that? What's that mean? Yeah, because that's that negative exponent. Now, when you were doing polynomials, could you divide by a variable? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I told you.
You cannot divide by variables. They're not polynomials. So this guy is illegal. This is illegal. So far. Bottom one. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Everything's positive.
Yep.
Everything's a whole number. Okay. How many terms are there here? 3.
3.
Okay. What's my first term?
So
4x squared y. What's my second term? 2y. What's my third term?
negative
Negative 3z. What's the degree of this term?
2. 2.
1, 3, 3,
3.
Yeah,
2,
Because there's a Y.
because the y.
2 plus
1.
1.
Christian,
3.
So next one's 1. No one I've done 1.
Yep, 1 and 1.
you're.
All right.
It's negative 1.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
There's a negative sign in front of it.
That doesn't mean it's negative.
Coefficient.
Exponent.
You gotta get the negative.
And what does that go to?
I don't
Wait.
know my life.
Coefficient, not exponent.
Negative, right?
Eyes up. So, if it's 3 terms, what's it called? Trinomial. Okay, his degree is 3, so this guy's the important one, right?
Yeah.
What's his leading coefficient?
4.
Do I even care about the 2 and the negative 3?
No, it says it all right here. That's how I know it.
You have two of them. Yes, no? If it's no, tell me why. If it's yes, I want the degrees and the type and the leading coefficient. Go.
How is that a
Okay,
binomial?
what Christian wrote up here, just so you're aware, this is no because of the -2. This is yes, it's a binomial. No, we
How
didn't.
did I circle
The
the
high,
wrong one?
the highest exponent, the degrees are 5 and 2, right here. This is the highest, so that's your leading term, so your leading coefficient is 2. So this is degrees, and this is leading coefficient.
Wouldn't your leading coefficient be 6?
No, because it
No,
goes
because
with the
it's by
leading
the
term.
degrees.
We do not care. He is irrelevant in our life. Well, he's not completely irrelevant, but he is right now. All right, let's look at this guy. How many terms?
3.
3. So let's write all 3 of them out. What's the first term?
X squared to the
X squared y. I put him in my first box. Next term,
2y.
2y. He goes in the second box.
Negative 3z.
Negative 3z. He's my third box. I usually put more boxes than you need, just so you're aware, so don't think you gotta fill them all in.
So like on the last one where it was 6xy, that counts as one term.
Yes. Because it's not separated by addition. All right, now I want to know the degree of the term. So what's the degree of x squared y?
3.
3. 2y. 1. Negative 3z. 1. What if I had put a 7? What's his degree?
0.
0. Okay, just checking. He's not really there. Okay, now the degree of the poly. Which one of these do I want? The first one because he has the highest. That's the only thing I look at for that.
Wow, Mrs. Carter, you can draw circles.
But not straight lines.
But yeah, but not straight lines.
I know I can. Okay, so when we do this, the degree of the poly then is 3 because that's the highest one I have. What's the leading coefficient?
1.
1, because that's what number's in front here. Do I care about the other 2 terms?
No.
Not really. But type of poly, I have to know how many terms I have, right?
Trinomial.
Trinomial.
I just saw that.
Trinomial. Let's
Okay.
go.
Your turn.
Mrs. Carter, you're being very easy.
I know.
Would it be?
How many terms?
4.
I give up.
So what type is it?
Quadrinomial.
Do we
It's
have a
polynomial.
name? It's just a poly.
God.
All right. What is my first term?
Oh, let's
Go, Christian.
C.
X to the 5th.
Well,
Keegan, second term.
X, Y.
Third term. Jaden. Fourth term.
Maddie.
Okay, Maddie. 5. Okay, degree of the first one, Allison. Degree of the second one, Nicole. Nope. 2.
Oh, well, I wrote 3, so.
Degree of the third one, Brady.
You want
Degree of the last one, Robert. 0. Okay, which one do I look at for the degree of the poly?
The first one,
Because
because it's the biggest number.
it's the biggest number. So this is the only one that matters. So I'm going to fill in down here. What's the degree of the poly? 5. And what is his leading coefficient? 1. Do I need any of those boxes?
No.
Nope. Do not.
Can I circle
Wait,
all
what
of
does degree of poly mean?
That means the highest degree that you have.
Oh.
The reason you do that is it tells you what the graph looks like later on.
Yeah, I didn't.
All right, here we go. Now, there's 2 ways to classify polynomials.
I'm good.
The first one's by what we've been talking about. Monomials, binomials, trinomials, or polynomials. So it's how many terms. The other way you classify a polynomial is by its degree. Now, this is something you've kind of done in geometry. So like if I tell you, you have an acute isosceles triangle, what do you know about it?
It's a small degree. It's a
Yeah, all
small
the angles are under
degree.
90. And what's isosceles tell you?
Well, the
It's small.
Not all, that's equilateral.
So
2 of the sides are same, right? So that's 2 things that you know about that triangle. Well, there's 2 things you know about polynomials. You know how many terms there are, and then you know the degree. The degree tells you what it looks like. So we have to know both classifications. Go ahead, Eric.
For the polynomial,
Yeah.
it has 5 terms.
Yeah.
It can be
Oh, is it a
more or
polynomial?
more.
because
Because
like
more
one
That's
more
more than 3.
It's a synconomial.
It's
Oh
a
my
polynomial.
goodness.
You're in
We
the
have
middle.
words for 3 and no more.
James,
Okay.
You gotta be
Monomial?
an explicit word.
Monomial, one term. Binomial, how many? Two. These are just examples over here. Trinomial, how many? Three. Poly just means,
4 plus.
4 above.
actually, a monomial is a polynomial.
Yep.
A binomial is a polynomial.
So,
Everything.
Everything's a poly, but the first 3 have special names. Okay,
Yeah.
kind of like shoes. You have tennis shoes on, you have boots on,
I had tennis shoes.
And flip flops.
sure, flip
What
flops.
do
Who
you
would
have?
wear, who would wear flip-flops?
But anyway, those are 3 types of shoes, right?
Yeah.
But they're still all
And
shoes.
there's brands.
Okay, that's the same here. These are 3 types of polynomials, but they're still all polynomials. Okay, you only get to put polynomial down for a type when it's more than 3. Because the 3 that have names, I want their names.
Can't divide by 3.
Why do you want to do that?
Because you have to learn them.
Why do I?
Okay, the next classification is by degree. All right, you have this chart. Now you have to learn how to read this chart. Your example's in the middle, so this is where you start. Everybody got it? So start by example so you know where you're starting. Now we're going to classify it 2 ways, so we're going to go out. We're going to classify it by terms, that's this direction.
How come there's nothing in the bottom corner?
Just quiet. And this way we're going to classify by degree.
Agree.
So we're going to do 2 things with this polynomial. And we're going to go the examples in the middle, and we're going to go out to find out what kind it is. Go ahead. You will find out. Okay, so I'm going to start here. I'm starting here with 5. Everybody at 5. So we're going to find out what type it is and then what it's called. So 5, how many terms are you? So you're going this way.
0.
0.
No, how many terms?
1.
1 term, which means it's a monomial. Understand? Okay, so 5, 1 term, monomial.
Yeah.
That's classified by how many terms. Now we're going to degree. Okay, 5, what's the degree of 5? So now we're going this way. 0, okay, if you're graphing 0, that's called a constant. It does not have a slope. So, no variable, constant. So this guy is known as a constant monomial. Okay. Okay, let's look at this guy. 3x. How many terms?
2.
1. Does it have an addition sign in it, Christy? So 3x, monomial, 1 monomial. Everybody good?
See,
This one you already know. What's his degree?
1.
1. Okay, if I made you graph that,
Yeah.
what would it be?
3 over 1. 3 over 1.
1
Yeah.
over 3.
What's the shape?
Triangle.
No,
It's a
you
line.
like
It's
a
a
line.
line. You go up 3 over 1, right? This is linear. Anything that has a degree of 1 is linear. It's the lines you've been graphing for the last 3 months. Right? With me so far?
I don't remember anything from last grade.
You better learn. Okay, 2x squared minus 5. How many terms?
2.
2. So it's a binomial.
With the odd.
Okay, now what's this guy's degree?
He is maybe
2.
2, because it's right here. Okay, 2 is called a quadratic. This is the ones you have to memorize. Go ahead.
But on the polynomial, it says the degree's 4, but how is the degree 4? Because
You are going to wait till we get there, aren't you?
but
Okay, what's a quadratic? You want to know what it looks like?
It's 4 sides.
No, it's not. It's a
You go
parabola.
down.
Looks like that.
Parabola.
Fabula.
We'll actually
Yeah.
be graphing.
It's like on a graph.
What the heck?
You know, this complaining and is done.
I think we
Okay,
candy
how many terms are here?
3.
3. 1, 2, 3. 3 terms, trinomial. Getting it? Okay, what's the degree of this term?
6.
3. Degree of this term?
2.
2. 1. What's the highest degree?
3.
3.
Oh, you gotta do the highest degree.
Okay, so the highest degree is 3. That's known as a cubic. Now think about it. If you put three things together, you get area, you get volume, right? You get cubes. Cubic. This looks like this. You actually don't get to graph those.
Good.
I knew you'd be very
So
sad.
monograph.
Okay, next one. How many terms?
4.
No.
Five.
1, 2,
Five.
3,
Five.
4,
Oh, there's another.
5.
5.
So, do we have a name for 5?
Yeah, Polly.
Poly. So this is any number of terms. This time we have 5. So he's a polynomial.
Only monograph.
Okay, what's his degree? What's the degree of this guy?
4.
4.
3, 2,
I was gonna say
1,
11.
0.
So what's his highest degree? 4. 4 is QWERTY.
What's
We're
that
tick.
mean?
We just do something.
Means that has
How do we
4.
graph those things?
That thing looks like a W.
What is? Please tell me we're not graphing now.
You're not graphing those.
So we're gonna graph parabolas.
Now we have to make up terms.
Okay, now I'm gonna these next two you have to do. I'll help you with this first one. You have to do the next one. I give you part of the information. You got to figure it out. So I know it's a binomial with a degree of 5. Binomial means how many terms? 2 terms, and the highest degree has to be 5. Give me an example.
7.
2 to the 5th power plus x.
No.
How?
The x.
Plus x.
Yeah, 7. That variable has to have the exponent. You can put plus 2 at the end. That's fine. R plus 2x cubed or whatever you
Oh,
want.
okay.
Okay, so it has 2 terms. Good. So it has 2 terms. These are the 2 terms I used. Its highest degree is 5. That's known as a quinty. So these are the new things. You have to learn up to 5. Constant, linear, quadratic, cubic, quartic, quintic. Those are the words.
Parabola.
These you already know. But those are the 2 classifications for your stuff. Okay, do the bottom one now. Look at the clues and give me your example and what you know. Okay, we look here. It said it had to be a trinomial with a degree of 4. So tri means it has to have 3 terms. That's
One,
where he
two,
got
three.
that. He puts 3 terms in. 1, 2, 3. Degree of 4. What's the degree of this one? 4, 1, 1. This is not wrong. I would like it in one variable though.
Oh, he used.
So we can use, let's put a y squared and a y here, but yours is not wrong. Okay. So highest degree is 4. 4 means it's a,
Quartic.
which one's 4? 40.
Dick.
Well done.
No,
So you got a few words to memorize.
I'm so
This is.
smart.
Some point.
I'm
Oh,
not gonna write
look at there, not erased. That's a bad deal.
Oh, I want to memorize that.
Okay, here we go.
Last one.
We have to figure out what this thing is. How many terms are there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Middle of this box.
Shh. Turn around. How many terms?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 terms. So since there's 4 terms, it's a poly. Okay. And what's the first term?
7 x to the
7x cubed. What's the next term?
negative 5x to the
I do. Negative 5x to the 4th. Next one?
3x,
And the next one?
9,
9. Okay, what's the degree of 7x cubed?
3.
3? Okay, Maddie, don't answer this one. Okay, raise your hand if you know the degree of the next one.
Ow.
Sorry.
Okay. I forgot.
Alright, who should we pick
Stop it
on?
right now.
Let's do Shaylin. What's the degree of the next one? 4. Okay. And Nicole, what's the degree of the next one? 1. And Christian, what's the degree of the last one?
0.
Good. Alright, when you're
This was
looking
me
at
mean
this,
again.
what's the degree of a polynomial?
4.
It's 4. It's the highest one. So this guy is the important one right here, right?
Yes.
So I look at him for all my answers.
Yes.
So the degree of the poly is 4.
Yeah.
What's the leading coefficient?
Negative
Negative
5.
Negative 5.
Yes.
Quit spacing off.
I thought no, I wasn't spacing off. I thought the leading coefficient would be 7 because that one's bigger than 5.
Oh my goodness.
Do we ever care what the coefficient actually is?
No.
Nope.
So do I even
The
need to
degree
write that?
tells you which one to look at, and that term is the leading coefficient. All right, now you have to write these in descending order. So when you look at this, the highest degree is 4, correct? So he's the first term, negative 5x to the 4th. Who's next?
What?
Plus 7x to the third.
What?
You're looking up the exponent, right?
Yeah, you look at the exponents. 4 is the highest, so he's first.
Well, yeah, but
3 is the second
do you
highest.
have to put it in descending order if you have that?
Yes, it says descending order. So, negative 5x to the 4th, 7x cubed, 3x, and 9. Good so far? I already know it's a poly. Its degree is 4, so that makes it a forte. Are we liking it? No.
I'm already almost done.
Good.
With like
Finish yours. You got 2 of them, actually. Where is it? Can I get them both up there? Almost. We'll do one at a time. Okay, first one is good. Written out in descending order, trinomial cubic. Second one, binomial cubic.
Good job.
Wait, why
In
wouldn't
descending
it, why would
order.
it be cubic?